Alive and Well STL is a presentation of the St. Louis Regional Health Commission and RareGem Productions to build a healthier St. Louis. Power up with the positive. Learn more at oneraregem.com. That's ONERAREGEM.com. The Regional Health Commission works in partnership with regional health sector advocates and stakeholders to improve healthcare access, reduce health disparities, and improve health outcomes for the uninsured and the underinsured in St. Louis City and County.
Alive and Well, STL. Meet Greg Kenner, a.k.a. Mr. Big. All right, what'd you have for breakfast?
Green eggs and ham.
Clever, funny, giving, and determined. A husband and father living a dual existence.
I know for a fact that I hold a lot of burdens inside of me. I know that I hold a lot of feelings, depressions, sorrow inside of me that I'm still carrying and dealing with.
This is producer Jade Harrell. We'll be right back. How do you find alive and well through all of this? It's pretty heavy under the weight of all the tragedy and violence and sadness and hate that we're hearing about every single day. Everywhere we turn, everywhere you look, there seems to be another story to add energy to this stress. And you're bound to feel it. But listen, toxic stress can make you really sick. So if you're feeling numb, out of sorts, agitated, alone, please take 5 to take some time to care for yourself. Learn more at aliveandwellstl.com. Alive and Well, STL. Meet Greg Kenner, a.k.a. Mr. Big. On the outside, he's the happiest guy in the world. Clever, funny, giving, and determined. A husband and father living a dual existence. Inside, he's buried under the stress and anguish of something painful and frustrating. So much so, he uses food and other things to insulate him from the hurt. His health, his weight, and his heart suffers from the suppression. And though his weight is ballooned to nearly 400 pounds, he keeps trying. And for anyone who would see him, they might say, Mr. Big could hardly have a care in the world. And for Greg, this is by design, so that he can bring joy to others and maybe gain a little joy for himself as he works on the rest. Greg, you have to be one of the most jovial people I've ever met in my life.
Thank you, ma'am.
You always seem to have a bright disposition, smile on your face, and bring laughter and sunshine to the people around you. You said that's your character.
Yes.
Tell me, how did you get to be this kind of guy? Because you've had your share of trials and challenges and heartache even.
Just seeing a lot of things in life. From what I've learned, there's no reason to be upset. There's no reason to frown. What's going to happen is going to happen. And that's just pretty much my philosophy now, and just live the dream, ride the ride, and that's pretty much about it.
But you do feel.
Yes.
You do hurt just like any other human being.
Yes. The part about the hurt, I put the hurt on the inside as well as you can see. It's not healthy. Or the part about stress, as you can see, I'm 382 pounds right now. And they said my BMI is supposed to be at 182, 177. So I'm considering that's going to be that I'm weighing in at 200 pounds of stress on my body because I'm having other outlets of other means to deal with stress. And particularly it's food, to where you get that bloated, heavy feeling to make you just want to lay down and go to sleep, to where you really just want to just do nothing. But I need to learn how to tackle that part as far as for my own self. But as far as the spirit that I have, it's just mostly just being happy with who I am, mostly loving where I'm at right now in life, and just really praising God and thanking Him for everything that He's done for me, even with the losing of my parents and the stuff that's just everyday life situations. You still smile. You still keep a happy-go-lucky feel around you, because people can read, and your body language can read to other people, and you don't want to bring them down also. So therefore, no matter what, just smile. Mm-hmm. It's easier to smile than it is, so they say, to frown. It takes more muscles, so they say, that you use in your face to frown than it does to smile.
Mm-hmm. You admittedly shared that you have stress, so much so that it causes you to turn to food and slumber and an escape.
Yes.
So as genuine as your smile is, you're also dealing genuinely with some stress in your life, or at least trying to deal and cope, but maybe in a sense be withdrawing because of it. How is it that you're in both spaces? I've even seen you, and we've done this a couple of times, gone on our weight loss journeys and sought out opportunities to live healthier wellness lives. Describe what it's like for you to be living in both spaces.
It's hard. It's somewhat confusing, even for myself. Motivation is the key to everything. If you really want to do something, you'll make it happen, and that's my nickname at work, MIH, because I make it happen. No matter what, you have to make it happen, and I really haven't focused in on myself as far as the parts of my body, or the binge eating, or the late night. It's not even so much late night eating. It's just the part to where you're just so stressed out that you just want to just do something. So whether it might be food, it might be alcohol, it might be drugs, it might be anything. Mm-hmm. Anything that you do an amount of is, or what takes most of your time is I guess bad for you.
Now, you saying you in general, or are you speaking from your perspective?
I'm speaking from my perspective for what hits me. Mm-hmm. I know for a fact that I hold a lot of burdens inside of me. I know that I hold a lot of feelings, depressions, sorrow inside of me that I'm still carrying and dealing with my parents, dealing with siblings, dealing with the whole world as general. But the part that I like to do is just kind of step outside the box and go back to it every now and then. And when I step outside the box, I tend to smile more, as you see me smiling now. Mm-hmm. But it's a wonderful feeling to know that you can kind of separate it and put other stuff on hold and smile and live your life for your family, for your job, for your friends. That you can move on and deal with everyday life, because the things out here life is just hard, mm-hmm. and you don't want to do it. You don't want your kids to see you with it. You don't want your wife to see you with it. You don't want anybody to see you with it. People who I work with say, that guy, I have never ever seen him with a frown or come in here depressed or just frowning. Every day that I've seen him, he's always smiling. Is
there a pressure for you to be that? In a way, you do it to uplift and uphold others, but does that add to your load?
No.
Okay.
No. It's just how can I say? It's just a go lucky type of way. Just natural.
What does Greg need? What would help you with your stress? What would help you not just look and seem happy-go-lucky on the outside, but actually be alive and well on the inside?
I'm going to tell you what, it definitely would not be money.
Okay.
It would not be.
Money's not the answer.
Money is definitely not the answer.
Doesn't solve the problem?
It does not solve the problem.
Mm-hmm. Share with me why you chose that.
The reason why I say, I hear a lot of people say, well, hey, if I won Powerball, I'll be in a better place, or you might be in a better place financially, but you're still going to have that hate, not even say hate, but that bad feeling or whatever that you're dealing with at that same time. Just like with drinking, if you drink and after you sober up, guess what? That problem is still going to hit you right in the head. You might get away for the moment, and trust me, for the moment. I think for myself to really make me happy to not, I had even thought about, hiring the personal trainers. Don't work. Mm-hmm. Personal trainers, I think is just in my point of view, a ripoff.
How so?
How so?
Mm-hmm.
I don't need anybody to sit there and tell me, keep on going. You give me 5 more, give me 10 more. I need somebody to come to my front door, get me out the bed. I need a personal trainer. To me is somebody coming straight to your house, knocking on your door. As soon as you hit the floor, mm-hmm. that you get up out the bed. No, don't eat no flapjacks.
Pulling the spoon out.
No.
Snatching the drumstick out your hand.
Yes. No emos. No chicken. No nothing. Mm-hmm. This is what we're going to do. Mm-hmm. We're going to eat healthy. And then after that, we're going to exercise, and then we're going to do some spiritual sensing or whatever.
Would that do it for you, though? Would that be the thing to make the difference?
I think
it's more than just accountability.
Yes.
You want someone to be in this with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think with so many people relying on the happy guy, they don't think that the happy guy needs somebody to be in there with them. And you find yourself at the end of the day dealing on your own.
Yep. It's like when you get home and after you hug kids and you see what's going on, and you kind of have to decompress, what I call it. I take maybe 5-10 minutes and just sit there and just think about what I need to do, what I need to focus on, what I need to get accomplished before I go to bed. Because then you get up in the morning, then you want to do the correct way all over again. And it seems like it's the same process over and over again. But what can I do better today than I done yesterday? Mm-hmm. Especially for the kids.
And are you finding progress?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm finding progress. Each week I say, all right, this is the week to start. This is the week that I'm going to get off the ground. This is the week that I'm going to start my juicing. I'm going to start my no-face diet. Mm-hmm. And I'd say, okay, well, things come up. Some stressful might hit me, and I'd be like, okay, I'm going to Emo's, or I'm going here, I'm going there to get something to eat. And then I turn around and I go to bed. And that's why I say a personal trainer with me is not getting up, going to the gym. It's a personal trainer to have right there as soon as I open up my eyes and say, okay, let's get up. Let's get it going. This is what you need to do. This is blah, blah, blah. Jumping jacks, whatever it may be.
You do it?
Nope.
Well, you wouldn't, but that seems like it would help.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
So what are you talking about then? Are we fooling ourselves? Well, let's get down to what the thing is. What is the thing? Because at nearly 400 pounds, and this is probably the heaviest you've been, right? This
is actually 394.
So you're down.
394, 396.
So there are steps.
This time last year when we did the juicing thing and I was really gung-ho, I got down to 335.
Wow.
I got down to 335. And the truth, it's quicker to put it back on, what they say, and you can gain double, in which I've gained double.
But it's not about the weight for you. Again, we're looking at how toxic stress, chronic stress is making us sick. So something's lingering.
What you just said right there is the key. The chronic stress, the toxic stress. I think with me, I think it's more saying what my triggers are and seeing what makes me want to do certain things. And
what does Emo's do for you?
Ooh.
I know what it does for me.
Ooh.
I know something about that Provel.
Yeah, something about that Provel. It's just not Emo's. It's any food, whether it be Taco Bell, mostly fast food, mostly anything. I can come home and just get some milk and cookies. And just sit there and just dog out, just sit on the couch and dog out the Oreos with the milk and watch your TV show and go upstairs, go right to bed. And once again, it's just sitting right there all that night versus when we were juicing and we were doing it the right way. Don't eat after 6 o'clock or 6:30. Make sure you have your heaviest meal during lunchtime.
All those things.
It makes a big difference.
And you felt great. I remember you had pep in your step and shine in your eyes. But then, like you said, something happened. Something would happen in life.
But Jay, something happens every day.
In your life or people?
I mean, in everybody's life. It's just not like it's just something that's just one. Like, okay, well, here comes something. I know I'm going to have to deal with something. It's things that catch you off guard. Things that might make you just come out the blue, and it might make you a little bit stressful. And then, therefore, that trigger there leads to another trigger, what makes you want to, compensate for that feeling.
Mm-hmm. And here we are. We're not teenagers no more. So
44.
We've created some things, some habits and patterns that are familiar and comfortable. But I think it's powerful that you're sharing not only your struggles, but your victories. So help folks understand what your life is like. What's on your plate? What's a day in the life of Mr. Big? As your moniker is, your nickname is.
First thing, I get up every day by the grace of God, and He gives me one more chance to wake up and to do it all over again. And I sit on the edge of the bed and I rub my feet, kind of get my electricity going in my feet or whatever. But I think about what can I do, or what do I have to do today to make sure that the kids ready, make sure that everything's ready around the house before we leave, so that when we come back home, everything's nice, neat, present, so that you don't have to, come in straight from work and have to hustle and bustle, and then deal with the everyday things that you deal with on your job, because your job going to drive you crazy. But the part of it is that you, as far as the job goes, you really have to like what you're doing at your job. That plays more than 50% of you being happy. You really have to love your job. You have to.
What about loving yourself? Do you love yourself?
I love me.
I know.
I love me. I love me a whole lot. I love me, but I know I can love myself better. And I'm not saying I'm, mad at the personal trainers, but I'm more mad at myself because I know for a fact in the deepest part of my body that I can do better for me and myself, to make myself better, for me to be able to do better for my family, point blank. But I'm going to have to figure out and sit back and see what it is. I need to see what's bothering me.
Do you not know?
Yes.
You know what's bothering you?
Yes.
What's bothering you, Greg? See, it's going back under.
Yeah, I do it every time, and
your character wants to put it.
She tries. Yes.
Put it away.
Yes, it's like an automatic shield that comes in and just zaps.
I saw it just happen. It happen. But it's eating you up. Not completely, because you're shining through, fighting through, but it's in there.
Nicole says the same thing. Why don't you just let it out? But the thing is,
what do you think would happen if you allowed it to
I don't think you have enough. I think we'll drown in here.
Because it's heavy?
Yeah.
But aren't you in there somewhere underneath all the insulation? You're in there anyway, and we're missing you. And all of us have it in various ways.
I think what kicks in it is my spiritual side in saying that no matter what, we're going to make it. There's no need to dwell over it. Move on, deal with it, and just keep on going. Keep your head up. Mm-hmm. Keep on doing what you're doing. And that's where the smile always comes in and overlaps. That's why I don't know what it was, Jade. Somebody put that on Facebook. Even though I'm smiling, you never ask to see how I'm really doing. Mm-hmm. And I think and that hit me hard one day, because I smile all the time, even though I'm genuinely happy and I'm genuinely happy. But there's a part of me that I'm frustrated with. I'm not going to say I'm depressed. But I think about my mom and my dad. I mean, it was a time where I grabbed Nicole and I just hugged her and I just started crying, because I didn't have my parents, even though I still have my biological father, but that's in and out. But as far as the people who raised me, I did not have those two most important people with me. But I'm gonna tell you how good God is. Me and Lil Greg were standing in the little kitchen part there, and Lil Greg comes up and he grabs me, and he turns around and he says, "Your mommy here." And I played off. I said, and Lil Greg turned around once again and said, "Daddy, your mommy's here and she's smiling." And I said, "Thanks, Lil Greg." I said, "Thanks." And it touched home, when my mom was blind, and she always used to ask, "Is the sun shining?" And I just turned around and I just looked at the sun and I just said, "Hi, Mama, and thank you, Jesus." It was just something just by that part of time, just to say, "I'm here with you." I'm just, Nicole was worried about it raining or whatever. I said, "You don't have to worry about that. Mama got that. She's gonna take care of that for you."
And it was a beautiful wedding. You're able to begin a new chapter in your life. You're newlywed with your bride and 2 beautiful children. What is your hope for your days ahead?
That's a deep question. Well, as far as your days ahead, I'm going to tell you what, I don't look forward to the days ahead. I think to look forward to the day, this moment, this instant right here, right now. I talked to my mom on a Saturday, and something said, "You better call your mom." And I sat there and I said, "No, I don't feel like arguing with my mama right now." I said, "All you're going to do is just sit there and argue." And something said, and I knew when I'm talking about something, I knew it was the man upstairs, said, "Call your mama right now." So I stopped what I was doing and I picked up the phone. I called Mom. I said, "Hey, Mom, what's going on?" And me and Mom got to talking. She asked how the kids was doing, how everything was, how I was doing, and she says, I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna go to church in the morning. And I said, "Okay, Mom." Well, I said, I'll see you later. And I hung up the phone, and that was it. And then that Sunday morning, the next day, as I had went around to the house, knocked on the door, because I was around the corner of my grandmother's house, and Latanya had called me and said, "Hey, you need to go over there and check on your mom's here, see how she's doing." Brother Tony didn't get back. He knocked on the door because he picked up with the church van, and he didn't get no answer. So I went around there and knocked on the door, and I didn't get an answer. So I had figured that, well, maybe one of her friends had picked her up for, to go out to breakfast or whatever. And I went back around Grandma's house, and I went to go get something to eat. And the next day I know, I had got a call from Latanya again. She says, "I need you to go get inside the house." And she told me, she said, "Be careful when you go inside the house." Because it was like, something may have happened. I said, "No, So I called Carmen. Carmen said she was on her way. And when I got around into the house, I went to the back door and I seen Carmen trying to get into the house. And Carmen had told, she says, I can't do this again. Because she had found my dad in his chair. And she went to the curb across the street, and I had broke the screen door down, and I kicked in the door, and I found my mom laying right there by the door, face down. Oh, and that was one of the, I'm not going to say it was hard, but to be spiritually set, sound, and mind. I panicked a little bit. I reached down, I felt her neck, and I opened up her eyes, and where you had seen the gray part, or the film mask, something that started taking place or whatever, and I said, "Mom, I'm gone." And that's when I went outside, and Carmen looked at me, and Carmen said, I just nodded my head, and she just started shouting right there in the middle of the street.
Your sister?
Mm-hmm. And paramedics had got there, and they had, checked for a pulse, put the leaves on and everything, and they had pronounced her right there. And that's why when you say looking forward to the days, I kind of stopped doing that. I kind of look for right here, right now.
Your Saturday morning.
This minute,
mm-hmm.
this time right here, because not to say that, and now it even hurts to even when you hear people say, "I'll see you later,"
mm-hmm.
because you don't know at that point in time. So just live for this point right here, right now.
Right now is your Saturday call.
Right now.
That phone call that is all right. So your father passed similarly?
Dad passed first. Now, when so the folks that know me is that Maurice Baker is who raised me. That's my dad. That's who I call my dad. That's my, but he never did say stepson unless it came to some business terms like with insurance or whatever. And I still have my biological father who's still living. Once again, we're at my sister's house the night before, and my dad has this really big talk with me in my sister's garage. And we're supposed to get up to go to Ameristar next morning. Once again, eating.
There may be a correlation there then, Greg, when your pain arises.
No, this was no pain. This was just the family getting together.
So y'all just ate. That's part of it.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody know the Beggars, they know that they went out to eat. We got dog time.
That's part of.
But when my dad, he was telling me about my mom. She didn't want to do right. She didn't want to eat right. She was trying to drive the car. Going halfway blind, trying to drive the Schnooks, and just other things. And I was like, okay, Dad, but that's Mom, and I left out the garage, and then we went back inside, and I remember my dad standing right next to the sofa of my sister's house, and that's the last time I seen my dad, until Marlon had called me the next morning and said Dad had passed, and when we got over there, he was still sitting in his chair, and that was
Was he ill?
Nope.
So both your parents passed away suddenly.
Mm-hmm.
How fortunate for you to have been with them moments prior.
Priceless.
Priceless.
Priceless. I mean, I still remember the conversation as like yesterday. I mean, that's just something that'll just never go away.
It'll never leave you. Then I gather that as our takeaway and lesson and learning from meeting and sharing with you today is how priceless our moments are and the joy and happiness that we can embrace and the gratefulness for each day that we have,
each second
that we have to
second
live.
that your heart and God allows your heart to beat that one pounding time, to sit here and to be able to see you and to see your smile, to look out the window, to see things, and that's why I say time is precious. You can't get back time, nothing. So that's why I say I keep myself happy and I keep myself motivated. Now it's just the time to really conquer my demons and see what's going on with me as far as getting this weight off my body.
But you said what's bothering you.
Yeah, but it's something I just don't like to talk about it.
Okay. But you do have some tools that are working for you to cope in the interim. What is your encouragement to those listening in tackling their demons, living their lives through loss, and embracing the moments that they have?
Love yourself.
Regardless
of what's going on with you right now, whatever's going on in your mind right now, step outside of your box, get into another box, and love yourself in that box. One thing that you really have to do is that you have to take time for yourself. Whether it's 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes out of a day, you have to find time for yourself. I cannot express that no more, no less.
And you do that for you.
Yes. My 5 o'clock, 5:30 morning time that's my time. Do not disturb me. Of course, won't nobody disturb me because guess what? Nobody's up.
So there's something to rising early and having that quality time for yourself.
What's really peaceful is to be able to go outside on a nice day and see where the sun is just starting to rise, and you just sit there and you just say thank you, Jesus, for this day, and you appreciate that moment of that pinkish grayish sky and that sun getting ready to come up over. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It's very beautiful. I don't know if you've done it or if you just sit outside with a cup of coffee or whatever you may have, just to do better for yourself. Because if you don't do better for yourself, you can't make anybody else better. Mm-hmm. You have to love yourself.
Yeah. I'm so glad you love yourself.
I love myself every day, all day.
And it shows. And that love is contagious, Greg. I just love being around you.
Yes, it's natural. It's very natural. And you just have to appreciate what you have and what's going on right now. And that's about it.
That's wonderful. Greg was happy to share his story and let us into his world. He says it helped him. Through his sharing, he found relief. His hope is that his words will help someone else and that you may be encouraged to do the same. We're excited to have you join us with the Alive and Well STL movement. Alive and Well STL is now a community-wide effort focused on reducing the impact of stress and trauma on our health and well-being. The research is clear. Stress and traumatic experiences are making many of us sick, and together are the leading cause of poor health outcomes. Take 5. Visit us at aliveandwellstl.com to find out where you are emotionally. Become an ambassador. Reach out and help build a supportive community. Learn resiliency skills. Get the help you need. Share your stories. Hear others. And learn more about stress and how it affects us. That's aliveandwellstl.com. Alive and Well STL is another positive production of RareGem Productions. Thanks for listening.